Hey loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I have a very special video for you guys. As you can tell by the title, I am going to be talking about how to build a better relationship with your mom. We are going to be talking about how to build a better relationship with your mom. I have my beautiful mother with me today, and we're just going to cover a couple topics that are so important in order to strengthen your bond with your mother-daughter duo, all of that. Mom, do you have anything you want to say?
Absolutely. I think this is a special topic to my heart, and I'm excited about talking about it and getting into some details.
By the way, this is a very raw video. We're just going with the flow. We decided on a couple topics that we're going to talk about, and we're basically just going to say however we feel. So let's get into this video. So tip number one is the importance of communication. Communication is the basis of any strong relationship. It's so important to communicate because sometimes your mother doesn't know that you might feel this way, and also sometimes your mother might have not been raised with this. Your mother might have not had a mother that cared about building a bond with her, so that's what she thinks is okay with you. So just remember that it's important to communicate, because sometimes, like I said in my TikTok video, your mom is just a girl experiencing the world for the first time too, so it's important to communicate and express to her how you feel and how you might want to strengthen your bond with her, because she's also busy in this world doing stuff just like you are.
To piggyback off of that, I think one thing that's very important with communication is that when somebody is talking to you, you need to listen. Mm-hmm. And if you don't listen, you're not going to know what they're saying. Because if you overtalk what they're saying, you're like, Mom, I'm telling you something. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, let me pause for a second. This is important. So you have to listen. That's very important. Mm-hmm. Okay, so once you listen and then take the time and take it in and understand what they're saying. I mean, everybody communicates differently. Mm-hmm. Okay, not everybody communicates the same way. Mm-hmm. We talk, we're talkers.
Yeah.
Okay,
you're a talker.
You talk too. Yeah, okay, I can talk. But I love talking. I love listening. And you know what? Be interested in what they're saying. Yes, but I think communication is very important. And that's the basis for all the relationships, to keep that bond going.
Okay, so the next topic is spending quality time with each other. It's so important to spend quality time with each other, guys. Just like it's important to spend quality time with your friends, with your man, with your boo, with whoever, with family members, with cousins. It's also important to spend quality time with your mom. And you guys can do stuff that you both like. And it doesn't have to be huge. It can be watching TV. You guys have a favorite series that you always watch. And also, me and my mom live in different states, and our quality time sometimes is talking on the phone.
Right.
I'll call her 8 times a day until she picks up. I don't care. Right, Mom?
Yeah.
So, yeah, what do you say?
No, I'm saying when you come here and visit me, I love to make reservations and go out to dinner with her. Mm-hmm. Different restaurants, trying new recipes, just talking and building and bonding and just having that one-on-one time, laughing and going to the gym. So there's just different, people think you don't have to spend money. There's things, taking a walk around the block, just having a nice conversation.
And one thing I wanted to say too with quality time is sometimes it's a little difficult when you are younger, but the older you get, the more time you spend with your mom, especially when you're like going to restaurants, because I know the phrase where people say, when your mom's like, I'm not your little friend, I'm not your little friend, but I feel like the older you get, she said that to me too. The older you get,
now, though.
The older you get, the more you can actually bond with your mom, and not that they're your friend, but they kind of become like your best friend in a certain way, especially if you really build that bond.
Absolutely. I think what happened when you were a teenager, I was like, wait a minute. I'm not your girlfriend. Where's the respect? Yeah. And you were very respectful. She was very respectful. But then I remember, I think you were 18, and I was like, I know you're a young woman. Please give mommy a chance to just embrace it. Remember? Yeah. I was like, I know, it's just, you're still my baby. And, you just grown into this beautiful young lady. And it's funny because when we go out, the conversations we have so much fun. This is like my girlfriend. This is my girlfriend. We talk. We have so much. Remember that time when we went to Eclipse de Luna?
Yeah, that was a great time.
We had so much fun.
We can drink.
Okay, we had fun. But we had a good time. We had a really good time when we were talking. And you know what? We were venting, we were expressing, we were sharing. Yeah. And you know what's important? She knows that when she talks to me, when I talk to her, it stays between us.
That's so
it doesn't
important.
go, you know, you don't want everybody to know your business. It's just between me and her, okay? She doesn't have to be like, Ma, don't you be saying anything. Yeah.
The next topic we're going to talk about is understanding each other's perspective. Now, this one is a little hard just because everyone is different. And I also want to say too, if you're watching this video, I know there are some mothers that have their mindset when it comes to certain things and certain perspectives, and it's hard to get around that.
Yeah.
So my biggest thing, if you're listening to this video and you're taking the notes and you're like, listen, I really want to try to strengthen my bond with my mother, my biggest tip for you is just try. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
But you want to go
I think I learned some stuff with you that I must have said some things that hurt your feelings because you had a certain way of sharing with me, and I said, oh, that hurt her feelings, I gotta remember.
Yeah.
And then I learned, I started learning, you became into your own person. And I have to realize you're gonna think the way you wanna think, and that's, you have very strong values and that I've instilled, but I noticed, I can't tell you, oh, you better do this, you know, you make good choices and you have positive values, but yeah, I can't tell you that's wrong, unless I see you going through a brick wall or something. But yes, I have to respect how you look at things. I have to respect that. That's important. And I have different ways of looking at things as well. So we have to respect each other. It's very important.
Also, what I would say about understanding each other's perspectives is sometimes people don't understand what you're trying to say or communicate until you kind of fit it in a way that makes sense to them. So what I would say for that is, I don't know, this one's hard.
It's harder.
It is hard. Like, I can tell you guys about, like, us, like,
everybody's different.
my mom loves to say I'm sensitive, and sometimes, like, she might understand how she might have did something that hurt my feelings.
Right.
So it's like sometimes I might have to try to communicate to her and be like, okay, like, if me saying this is how you made me feel doesn't work, we're gonna have to find another way for me to communicate to her so she gets it.
But you know what? I've noticed certain things. If I've done something that made you feel a certain way, I'm very aware now, and I'm like, oh, and I'll curtail my behavior, or I'll watch certain things because I'm like, oh, this might make her feel a certain way. So I'm very aware of your feelings.
So the next topic is showing appreciation and gratitude. I feel like as daughters, as sons, sometimes we forget to just acknowledge our mom and everything that she's been through. Like, sometimes we don't know everything that our moms have gone through.
Right.
And even just giving birth is a lot. So just remember to give your mom compliments, show them love, give them hugs. Because like I said earlier in this video, you don't know everything your mom went through throughout all these years of her life.
Right.
You have no clue.
Right.
And sometimes she is just trying to do her best. So I'm sure she would appreciate if you started giving her compliments, because a lot of times we forget. We don't even give ourselves compliments, so why would we give someone else compliments?
Right. I like that. And also giving your daughters compliments as well, and letting them know how much you appreciate them, and building up their self-esteem and making them feel really good about themselves goes a long way. I promise you, it goes a really long way. You know, one bad word takes 1,000 positive words to cover that one negativity. So being positive in how you go about your day and how you will go about your attitude will show your daughter how she's going to go about her, she'll emulate what you do. So I try to wake up with positive affirmations, and that starts my day off in a positive way. But I want to make sure that she's having a good day as well too. So say something positive about her.
So the next topic is learning to forgive and moving forward. It's just important to remember that nobody's perfect. Everybody's gonna make mistakes. And just try to understand why somebody might have done something, and try not to hold grudges about it. I know there are certain circumstances where maybe you can't forgive them. Ooh, I shouldn't say that.
Ooh, no, you shouldn't. Why would you say that? We're trying to leave. You said not forget. Get rid of that.
Okay, yeah.
Bloop.
Forgiveness is super important in maintaining a strong relationship, and sometimes it is okay to forgive, let go, and move forward.
Absolutely. Don't be petty. It's not worth it.
Yeah, don't be petty.
Okay. Yeah, be mad for an hour. Get over it. Marinate. Feel it. Let it go. And move on. Okay? And get back to that communication so you can get back to that bond.
Like even us, sometimes we'll be on the phone, I'll get annoyed by something she said or something. We get off, I'll call her back in like 3 hours. I do that.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah, just if you don't get anything from this section, just know it is okay to forgive. And sometimes just because you're forgiving someone for doing something that might have hurt your feelings doesn't mean you're any less than anything.
Absolutely, and you're human.
It
It happens. It's gonna happen. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm pretty perfect, but yeah.
Okay, so the next topic we're going to talk about is creating traditions and memories. If you know me, you know I love Christmas. So one thing that me and my mom will do if I'm in Atlanta is we'll go looking for a Christmas tree. We'll bond over putting the ornaments on the tree. We'll bond over cooking. We'll bond over watching Christmas movies. Find something that you guys both enjoy, like I said earlier in this video, and bond over it. Create traditions. Whatever it is. We also had a tradition where during Christmas we would go on a vacation together.
Oh, that was
so it's
fun.
like little stuff like that. It doesn't have to be that extreme, but just like little stuff.
Right. I concur. Traditions, making memories, that's gonna last forever. And look, you haven't forgotten about it. You still want to do more. Let's continue. We're just gonna do it differently this time. That's all.
Yeah, I'm always like, let's go on a trip.
On an island.
On an island
with some sand.
And a car.
Yeah.
So the next topic is supporting each other through challenges. One thing I will say about that is once you guys strengthen your bond together, your mom probably will feel more comfortable communicating and just talking to you about the things that's going on in her life. And when you're there for her, you're being supportive, you're not being negative, and she feels like she can confide in you, correct?
Yes.
It's really going to help her out, and she's going to want to talk to you more. She's going to want to spend more quality time with you more because she has someone in her life that understands her. Right. I feel like there's like this notion. There's this notion where it's like your mom's your mom, you're the daughter, that's your relationship, when it's like, you know, as you guys get older, you guys grow, you guys become older, you guys can express yourselves more, you guys can communicate more, and you guys can be there when you guys are going through tough times.
Absolutely.
She should be there for you when you are going through a tough time. Yeah. And you should be able to communicate and talk to her and express how you feel to her. Because like my mom said earlier too, I keep saying that, but your mom should be your safe space.
Absolutely.
And your mom's gonna understand you more than anyone because she is a woman. If you're a girl watching this, she's gone through everything you probably went through too.
Right. Just to piggyback off what you were just saying, you know, when I was going through a tough time, you were there, and you gave me some good advice.
I give great advice, guys.
No, she really did. I was like, ooh. I value your opinion. I value her opinion, and she's an old soul. I have to say that. And just woosah, and just being able to confide into somebody and to trust them, and to, you know, and that what they're telling you makes sense means a lot. Yeah. You know, but if my daughter's going through something, I'm there for her. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I got you. What do you need? Okay, take a woosah. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. You know, and they need that, and it's important to be there. It's so important to be there, you know, because that word of wisdom, encouragement, positivity makes them just soothes. I think it's made you feel better, you know. Yeah. You were like, oh, okay, yeah. Very important.
And another thing I want to say too, this is just in general, but it can be applied to this as well.
What?
Try not to be so judgmental. If your mom's telling you something that she's going through, try not to judge her. One thing I really work on is not judging people, and I try to be very understanding.
You're good with that.
So if my mom's telling me about something, about someone I might know, I'm trying to be understanding. I'm just trying to hear where she's coming from, and I'm just trying to give her advice, vice versa.
Right.
So, yeah. So the last topic we're going to talk about is growing and evolving together. You want to go?
Yeah, I think it's important to realize that, you know, a little girl becomes a young lady to a young woman, and there's going to be different stages in your life that you're going to go through, and each stage is not going to be the same, and you're going to communicate differently. And as they get older, you're going to express more and be able to talk to them differently. And I think it has to evolve, and you're going to see how your relationship evolves. I think our relationship has evolved tremendously.
Yeah.
It's totally different, as it should be. You know, the maturity, the evolution of our relationship is just like...
That's what I was gonna say too. If you're in high school right now, your relationship is gonna be completely different with your mother than when you move out to your first apartment. I feel like sometimes when you guys have space, it's able to build you're building in a different way, but sometimes you guys need space, because sometimes mom and daughters, when you're living in the same...
Parents and kids aren't meant to live together when they're older. First of all, kids, you teach your child to be independent.
Some people have traditions where they are, Mom.
Okay, yes, I'm sorry. Sure.
She said that then.
Okay, sorry. But you became independent. You're independent, and I respect everything that you do, and I've seen the evolution of this young lady that you've become. I'm just proud of you. But yeah, as you get older, you evolve. Things are going to change, and they're not supposed to stay the same.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to stay the same and become stagnant.
Yeah.
So I love where we are now.
Okay, so the last thing I just want to say is I understand everybody's situation, relationship with their mom is different. There are some moms that are on the spectrum. They're here when it comes to trying to make it work, trying to be understanding, trying to have a relationship with them. So I just want to say I feel for you guys, especially if you feel like you don't have a bond with your mother. If you don't have a bond with your mother, have a bond with someone that's like a mother figure to you. Even if it's like an older sister or someone, or a cousin, someone. I feel like it's important to have a bond like this. And I know like in this day and age, like even friendships are very difficult.
Right.
So just have someone that's older that you feel like you can lean on and that will be there for you. It's very important. And I just wanted to say that real quick because, you know, everyone's relationship is different. If you're watching this, just know that we hear you, we're here for you, and we're sending our love your way. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you found the tips we gave helpful and the advice we gave super helpful. So stay tuned for my next video.